And we're back with We Talk Over Monster Hunter World. We were just talking, what are we going to talk about besides Star Wars The Old Republic? Because, what if people haven't played that game? And what we started to fall into a discussion about was, well, yet another fucking game. So, Diablo 3.
We talk over Monster Hunter World, where we talk about Diablo 3.
You opened that up recently.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Had to clear out my mailbox from Season 12?
Yeah, I haven't played since season way the fuck back. But I kind of brought up a thought. I used to think way back when that I would see people post on forums about playing just regular outside of the seasons, and I would always think, but why? Why do this? You're missing out on the season rewards, and with how quickly people power level, it's not like you're not playing endgame stuff. So, but now, after a long time of not playing, and a long time of seeing the seasons not really improve when it comes to what it is that you get, now I'm in the other camp where I kind of don't see what the hell the point is of doing seasons when all that you get is an armor set that you already have and a cosmetic portrait and maybe a pet that you also probably don't care about. So I just don't think there's anything else that's unique to seasons. So why not play the original, just the non-season character that you have that has the highest level, the highest Paragon level, and therefore is going to be able to do the highest, greatest rifts, and therefore is going to get more experience points than anything else, and therefore increase your Paragon the fastest. And I know that people need that reset tool because, honestly, without seasons, there is nothing else to do. But I feel like that's kind of a mistake on their part of, okay, let's just be lazy and do seasons instead of develop more content.
I mean, you actually absolutely nailed it with that last comment. I mean, that's what it was. They weren't going to allocate the resources to develop more content, so they came up with a way to basically say, hey, keep playing our game without us actually giving you more stuff.
And clarification to the listeners, if I say developers being lazy, sometimes I mean it, sometimes I mean, just damn it, I wish they didn't because this was a game that I liked, right. But they were moving on.
Yeah, like I don't think with Diablo it was a matter of them just being like shitty developers because I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge Blizzard fanboy and I don't play a ton of Blizzard things, but the few Blizzard things I do play, I've thoroughly enjoyed. So I actually kind of respect Blizzard as a company.
And that's also kind of a reason why I don't want to play other Blizzard games because I know I've played Diablo and I've played Overwatch. And open up my Blizzard for me. The third one. Where's the mouse? There we go.
This guy right here?
That one.
Badoo, the BNet launcher.
Don't tell me you need a fucking update either. Just StarCraft. Okay. So I've played Diablo, Overwatch, and StarCraft, but if I played Hearthstone or Heroes or even World of Warcraft, I know that I would have a bad opinion of those games because I know that I'm not going to like them. So I'm just not going to play them because I don't play games to shit all over them. I play games because I want to find fun games, contrary to what people might think. I don't want to shit talk games. I want to find games that I love and want to play a ton of. And so far, Overwatch is absolutely something to just jump into once in a while whenever Mercy gets a skin. And Diablo satiates my need for endless progression and random loot. Basically, the time that I play matters, and that is so rare these days. And then there's also the whole thing about StarCraft being my strategy game that I would play, although I haven't played much in the way of RTS.
Where is this douchebag?
I don't know.
What?
You got another monitor, whatever.
I do. Look at this.
I gotta close some things so things don't break.
I'm on some mushrooms. There's Erdogan. Let's do this, Rolly boy.
Oh, do not close Adobe Premiere. I'm using that. I'm taking all your...
It's getting hard to see, folks.
I'm doing things... It's possible that I have a lot of things open on the computer, because I always do, but...
It's porn.
If I get a notification on the... It's not porn. You wish it was porn. If it's a notification that my CPU usage is getting pretty high, I might want to stop that before there ends up being a problem. So I'm closing a bunch of shit. Alright, all good.
Alrighty.
So, Diablo,
endgame progression forever. Overwatch, something or another.
So, I don't know. There's been an argument for a long time that the reason why they haven't been doing anything with Diablo is because they're working on 4, but man, they've been singing that for a while.
And keep in mind, no one at Blizzard is singing that either, right? That's just fan speculation.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there's some pretty compelling evidence, but it's still just speculation.
Yeah. And again, honestly, until you are about to play it, it doesn't matter if they're working on it. Because just knowing that it exists doesn't make it any closer to completion.
Right.
So, that's why I just don't like speculating in general.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing something doesn't change it, and not knowing something and then just playing guesswork is just a waste of time. Now, when you and I talk about how games could be different, that's engaging in game design. Because you don't have to be you don't have to be sitting at a computer coding to be designing a game. That falls under development.
Right.
You just got a ton of your health taken away.
Oh, yeah. No, they just rolled me hard. But look at this. I got his tail. So I'm just gonna heal
That's a
up on
lot more health off of his tail than I ever got in one blow.
2 reasons. First, the weapon. You know, like how...
the weapons have specific perks, and
Yep.
you didn't show me those because you're a jerk.
I'm sorry. Mine has health boost.
Which is health gain gets boosted?
Yeah.
From every source?
No.
Just from the insect.
The insect.
Okay.
It also makes it so the insect regenerates stamina faster when he's sitting on my arm, too. And then I also have max recovery up slotted. So I also get 30% increased healing.
You might have ignored that when you were going through the important things on your armor, because it's not necessarily an important thing. So
yeah, it's
that's
not.
a really... But with those two things together, damn.
Yep.
Especially thinking about how you've got the boost to your full health. So,
yep,
you were required... That was about 25 health per.
Yeah, no, it's a huge chunk of health from the insect. Like, it's really... And then, like, if I was missing health, you could see, too, how much I heal up from every hit with the glaive. Because it has the health regen augment in it. Which is only going to get better as soon as I get one more warrior stream shard for shafts. Yes, people, we want that shaft still. Give me the shaft. Because then I'll have double health regen augment in this weapon. And then I'll be getting... So instead of, you know...
Now, if we go back to Magic terminology,
Yeah.
you would think, okay, I'm playing a white gain life card. That's not helping me win.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
But in this game, you do kind of need to survive.
You do.
This is a different game. This is a different environment.
And if you think about it kind of put it in terms of Magic, my cards aren't just... Well, okay, so it'd be more akin to having, like, lifelink creatures.
Well, you're not really dealing damage to do it, though.
With what?
With the insect?
Oh, the insect? No, that's true. The insect is a nice little perk. Although it does deal a little bit of damage. But
Just
it's
a teeny.
just a tiny amount.
I mean, it's more like a life link times 10, because the damage dealt and the life you get is way different.
Yeah. But if you think about it, every monster in this game is like red deck wins. So, you know, even a card that just says gain 10 life is pretty useful.
Except they don't run out of gas.
Except for that, well, they get tired eventually and take a nap.
And then you wake them up and they continue to beat your ass.
But you wake them up with bombs.
So, I don't know. I don't really know if there's much to talk about in Diablo. We could talk about other things that they can do, but
I'm just hitting buttons.
neither of us are, Diablo old hats or anything like that. So, I mean, I did play a fuck ton of it when I did play it, but that was over a year ago.
I'm going to run over. So, like, I don't know, the way I kind of take Diablo, because, oh, shit, especially when you talk about the seasons, I just do this a lot because I don't give no fucks, people. The way I kind of just take Diablo is that it's like the old Nintendo games I used to play, where like you don't really do anything worthwhile in them, but like they're just a fun way to kill time, and eventually you'll put them away, and then maybe a couple months later you might pull it out again for some shits and giggles.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I've just like, and that's the seasons are fun for that, right? Because like you mentioned, it's the reset mechanic, and so it is kind of fun just starting over from scratch again and having to like find stuff and just getting to go through that whole power progression. But it's definitely not something I would want to be doing all the time, like at all. Like it's fun to do for a couple weeks every so often. Like I mean, and truth be told, we haven't even done season 13 yet. We're thinking about it, but I mean, we've been having a lot of fun with Monster Hunter World. And we don't have a ton of time for a lot of video games, especially things that are time-consuming themselves.
So with the game that's in the state that Diablo is in, you've also got the argument of, well, I'm not really missing anything.
Exactly.
I could say this: I haven't played since season 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah.
I could go back in right now and still begin the next season just at the same point as you guys.
Yeah.
Hell, I might even still be ahead of you guys when it comes to the regular characters outside the seasons. Just because I put that much fucking time and energy into them. So, I mean, I'm just not missing anything.
Right.
It's not like the armor sets that they give in the seasons or anything
are special. No.
No, they're just, yeah, it might be something that received a patch that made it playable now, but the old armor that you have from the other seasons and from just in your regular locker, they have those changes too.
Yeah.
They didn't get skipped in patch.
The only exception to that, of course, is just the regular ass legendaries. Like if their legendary affix got tweaked, the old ones will still have the old things. You have to get
which is sometimes better.
Is it?
I remember that sometimes being better, and that there are some really old ones that are very high. They have very, very high worth to them right now.
I do know, like with the season 12 changes that came, that were a pretty big deal. Like I don't think anything. Because everything was getting buffed. That was like the one thing with Season 12. Nothing got nerfed.
It didn't have necessarily to do with numbers. It just had to do with specific combinations of things.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there are many more anymore, but there are. I remember reading about a couple of things, and I just thought, well, okay, I don't really need to remember this because I don't have them, so whatever.
But like, yeah. I don't know, like, and that's, to be honest, I actually kind of like that about Diablo, that you can just be like, hey, I missed a season. Oh, well, I didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Because it does, like, the other thing, too, that, and maybe this is just me getting older, I don't know, or just the fact that, like, it's harder to find all the time I want to play video games, is that I don't want to feel stressed or like forced to play the games. And like, to be honest, it's one of the reasons why whenever my wife brings up playing Destiny, she's like, "Oh, we can do our Nightfall." I'm always just like, because she always brings it up on Monday, and so it's like we haven't done the weekly Nightfall yet, so this is it. This is our last chance to do the weekly Nightfall, and if I say no, like we're just not going to get it done this week.
Right.
And it's like I don't actually like that feeling. I don't want to feel like I'm forced to play the game just to
do it chore.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it chore.
It's actually also why, like, and we've had this discussion before in previous design philosophy discussions we've had. Like, I don't like the idea of lockouts. I feel like it's a negative experience a lot of the time.
Well, we'll continue this discussion, because what you're starting to bring up is what comes up a lot of times in internet flash games and in mobile games. And a lot of this stuff exists for a good reason. And so we're going to kind of explore the counter to that, and if certain games can have a balance of some kind. But we'll have to... That would definitely last a lot more than a minute. So, but for now, we are done talking.
See you guys in a minute.